Why doesn't Microsoft give free food to its employees? I work at Microsoft, and at the Bay Area office in California, breakfast and lunch is free every day. But at the Microsoft headquarters in Redmond, Washington, as well as most other American locations, employees must pay for their own meals. When people imagine working in tech, they picture nap pods, massage chairs, and of course, free food. But the idea of companies feeding employees isn't new, and it didn't start with Google. Back in the late 1800s, during the Industrial Revolution, millions of people were moving from farms into cities to work in factories. The days were long, food wasn't accessible nearby, and transportation was limited. So some companies began feeding workers just to keep operations running smoothly. One of the more humane examples was Cadbury Chocolates in the UK. They built a whole model village with housing, recreation, and meals. But others, like the Pullman Company in Chicago, used food and housing as a way to keep employees under tight control. Moving forward several decades to World War II, companies started ramping up production and opening on-site cafeterias. These weren't free, but they were efficient. Workers stayed close to the machines, ate quickly, and then got back to work. After the war, this cafeteria model stuck around, especially in big corporate America. Companies like IBM and General Electric had large dining halls, but the food was more about function than flair, if you know what I mean. Fast forward to the 1990s, and we hit the dot-com boom, a time when everyone was launching internet startups with a crazy amount of venture capital. Companies like Google realized something. If you gave engineers free meals, they'd stay on campus longer, talk more, and write more code. This wasn't just about generosity. It was workplace optimization. Meals became a recruiting tool. Want the best talent? Well, then offer gourmet sushi for lunch. Want them to stay late? Well, offer them dinner too. By the 2000s, this perk culture hit its absolute peak. Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn all had fully catered meals. But then came the backlash. People started calling it a golden cage. After all, if you're getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the office, when exactly are you supposed to leave? Even cities fought back. In 2018, San Francisco tried to ban in-office cafeterias in new buildings in order to help local restaurants survive. Microsoft, the company that I work at, took a little bit of a different path than these other Silicon Valley companies. Founded in 1975, before the dot-com bubble, it leaned more corporate than culture first. Instead of free food, the focus has been on strong compensation, flexible benefits, and letting employees determine and manage their own expenses, including food. In addition, there is an argument that giving free food would have led to wastage, since employees would be more willing to waste food if it's free, and some employees might abuse their free food and bring it home to their families. So today in 2025, 50 years later since its founding, Microsoft still doesn't give free food at its headquarters in Redmond, Washington, or at any of the offices in America except for one location, the Bay Area office in California. You can get free breakfast and lunch, as well as fruit smoothies. Why? Well, the likely explanation is that most other tech companies in the Bay Area offer free food, so Microsoft had to offer free food as a way to retain talent in this area. As you can tell, at the end of the day, companies are going to do what's best for them, especially if it means making money and keeping top performers. Companies can be heartless. You ever tried calling a company's customer service only to wait on hold for 2 hours, get transferred 6 times, and then leave more confused than you started? And all you needed to do was reschedule your DMV appointment or confirm insurance details? Fun fact, there's a website called altodial.com where you can enter the number you want to dial, type what you want Alto to say, and pick a time. Alto then makes the call for you and sends you a summary afterwards. It's completely free to use, and I do get a kickback from this. So if you sign up and try a few calls, it would really help support the channel and mean a lot to me. This website has saved me hours of my life instead of waiting on hold and talking to automated customer service bots. I can't wait for you to try it and let me know what you think. In compensation for making people wait hours on customer service, should companies give its employees free food? Should Microsoft give its employees free food? Maybe, maybe not. As an employee, I really want free food, so that way I spend less time and money buying groceries, cooking, or going out to restaurants to eat. But as you can tell, the subject is a little deeper than that. Perks like free meals tells you something about a company's fundamental values and how it operates. Whether it's optimizing your time, showing appreciation, or quietly encouraging you to never leave your desk. If you've ever worked at a company that offered free food, How was that experience? I'd love to know your take in the comments. I should also mention that everything I talked about today is my personal take and reflects my own personal views, not the company's. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.